Right. Quick question. How many hours today have you spent staring at a glowing rectangle? Don't answer that. It's kind of depressing. But this is different. This device is designed not to be looked at. And if you're building apps in 2026, you might want to pay attention because the interface war isn't happening on your phone anymore. It's happening on your walls, your kitchen counter, and possibly your bathroom mirror. Welcome to the end of screens as we know them. I'm a CTO, which means I spend an unhealthy amount of time thinking about interfaces, not just how we interact with technology, but where the interaction is heading. Lately, I've been obsessing over this shift from what I call active computing to ambient computing, and from glass rectangles that demand our attention to invisible systems that fade into the background. The technical term, calm technology, coined by Mark Weiser and John Seeley. Back in the mid-90s, the idea is simple. Technology should calm and inform rather than constantly scream for your attention. And the market, well, it's pretty massive. Let's talk numbers. The ambient computing market, smart homes, IoT devices, all the clever bits that talk to each other, that was worth about $46 to $47 billion in 2024. But by the early 2030s, we're looking at somewhere between $260 to $450 billion. That's a compound annual growth rate of about 25%. To put in British terms, that's growing faster than the cured grapes on a Saturday morning. Now, here's what's fascinating. Smart homes already account for 30 to 40% of ambient computing use. Voice-controlled lights, adaptive thermostats, automated security systems, all requiring minimal screen time. Think about it. When was the last time you actually looked at your Alexa? You shouted it from across the room, while burgers were toast. That's the entire interaction. This is what Hammer Case, one of the leading voices on calm technology, calls peripheral computing. Technology that operates at the edge of your awareness. Then you know it's there, it's helping, but it's not demanding your full attention unless absolutely necessary. Case formalized. These principles, technology should require smallest possible amount of attention, should work in a peripheral, and crucially, it should amplify the best of technology and humanity, not the worst. Weiser predicted that attention would become the scarce resource of the 21st century. Mate, he wasn't wrong. We've got notification badges, algorithmic feeds, and TikTok. Our attention is being stripped. So what's the alternative? Well, that brings us to interface design. Have a look at this interface. What do you notice? Massive buttons, almost no text. Maybe 3 things on screen at once. Room temperature, whether you're home or away, and that's it. Compare this to your phone. Right now, you've probably got 12 apps visible, 3 notification badges, the time, your battery percentage, your signal strength, possibly a Deliveroo offer you've been ignoring. All of it. Your phone is an information firehouse. This thing is a whisper. This is deliberate. Calm tech interfaces are designed for peripheral awareness. You should be able to glance at it whilst walking past and extract the piece of information you need. Is it warm? Is a doorknob? That's just it. Job done. Voice, sound cues, ambient lighting, these become the primary feedback mechanism, not walls of text. Think of your heated, old school. You go to the thermostat, navigate some tragic LCD menus from 2003, adjust it, hope for the best. Smart thermostat, Alexa, make it warmer, light pulse, temperature adjust. You're already back torching Taskmaster. The principle is simple. The right amount of technology is the minimum needed to solve the problem. No more features. Not a more expressive spec sheet, just enough. But here's the rub. For all these devices to work together, that requires standards. And standards in tech, that's kind of difficult. Welcome to the protocol wars. IoT's dirty little secret. For years, buying smart home gear has been now buying into a tech gang. You pick Apple, Google, Amazon, or Samsung. and you're basically locked in. If you want to switch, good luck. Your light bulbs won't talk to your new hub. This Philips Hue hub, different protocol to this IKEA sensor. They need separate bridges, separate apps, separate accounts. It's all an absolute shambles. But then, finally, the industry looked and got together and said, this is kind of embarrassing, let's fix it. Enter Matter, an IP-based application layer backed by Amazon, Apple, Google, and basically anyone who matters, pun absolutely intended. Matter is designed to make devices interoperable. Any certified Matter device can talk to any other Matter controller in a common language. Lights, locks, sensors, thermostats, doesn't matter who made them. It's got end-to-end encryption, secure onboarding, and here's the clever bit, local control. Your light switch doesn't need to ping a server in California to turn your bedroom light on. It just kind of does it locally, instantly. And underneath Matter, you often got Thread. Thread is a low-power IPv6-based mesh networking protocol. Think of it as a transport layer. The roads that Matter traffic thrives on is self-healing, which means if one device drops offline, the network routes around. It's battery-friendly for sensors, low latency, everything Matter wants to do, Thread helps to do efficiently. Together, Matter and Thread aims to replace this fragmented nightmare where every vendor needs their own bridge with a single IP native fabric. Now, is it perfect? No. Adoption is still ramping up. There are edge cases, so manufacturers are dragging their feet, but it's the first real shot at interoperability that we've had. And for startups, this is the biggest technical hurdle. As you're building IoT products in 2026, you're not thinking about Matter compliance, you're building on quicksand. So what does all this actually mean for how people use technology? Users are starting to expect anticipation, not interaction. Your home should know you're waking up and preheat. It should know you've left and locked the door. You shouldn't have to tell it things. You should just know. It also changes trust. Recent research shows growing concerns with privacy in smart homes. People are nervous about always listening environments, and rightly so. If your technology is always sensing, always adapting, always there, you need to be dead transparent about data, security, and control. Otherwise, people will pull the plug, literally. Control services are also distributing. The same action, turning on the lights, for example, might be triggered from a wall switch, a voice command, or an automation rule. The mobile app is just one interface among many, not the primary one. Right, here's where I plant my flag. If you're building a consumer app in 2026, stop designing mobile first. Start thinking API first. Your core product should be an API. A well-defined, secure, flexible API. And every interface, mobile app, smart display, voice assistant, watch face, wall panel, should be a thin client on top of that API. Why? Because ambient computing is growing at 25% annually, while traditional PC markets are basically flat. The value is moving to context-aware services that run across many endpoints. Matter and Thread expect services to integrate this way. If your product is locked into a mobile app, you can't plug into these ecosystems. You can't be on the wall. You can't be in the car. You're stuck on glass. And look, I get it. Mobile apps are comfortable. We all know how to build them. We know how to monetize them. But the interface is shifting. Connectivity roadmaps like Wi-Fi A are being designed explicitly with dense, always-on device environments with AI agents controlling. The app of the future isn't a screen. It's a capability that surfaces wherever you happen to be. So, are screens dying? Well, not exactly. But they're being demoted from the center of our digital lives to just one interface among many. Your phone will still be here, but increasingly it'll be the remote control, not the main event. The main event? That's happening all around you, on the walls, in your voice, in the periphery of your awareness. As a CTO, I'm constantly asking, what's the next interface? And I reckon that this is it. Not instead of screens, but beyond. The question is, are you building for it? If this made you think differently about where tech is going, hit the subscribe button. And if you're building something in this space, I'd love to hear about it in the comments.